And we are live Wednesday night. Oh shit, my bad. Sunday night with those guys.
What's up? What's up? What's up? I haven't even got a notification yet saying that I am, but that's because it's here. I see it. I see it. I'm good. Oh, wait a minute. I got to mute you. Sorry about that echo thing. What's going on? How are you? And what's going on in general? How was your week?
Same old thing, I've been
Well,
playing around
I'm having a
with
lovely day.
Filmora, as you know.
I'm slowly trying to get these
Hmm.
pants off.
Okay.
I don't know if I should be saying that on air, but it's a priority, yo, that I do this.
Well, that's I don't know.
Well, no, it is. I can't sit here smelling these sewer, just smelling the sewer.
Okay. I
Oh
don't.
shit! I'm
I'm
sorry.
I'm not
And there
quite
goes
sure.
the copyright. I never even realized I wasn't on camera.
Yeah. Well, I didn't. I don't know if everybody needed to know about that.
Well, anyway, if you guys want to know what we're talking about, of course, not an hour before the live stream, not
Mhm.
earlier in the day, but 5 minutes before I'm supposed to start the live stream, the toilet clogged. So I had to go
So,
into the trap room, lift the metal plate, the iron plate, take the two freaking, well, first put the galvanized gloves on up to the elbow, then take the two plugs out of the trap. And
mhm.
once I take it out of the first one closest to the street, it everything starts going down. I take the second one off. Of course, there was a clog.
Well, like I was saying to you before, about scheduling shows and stuff like that,
Yeah.
I think it's highly important, or to even let people know what's going on.
Well, I'm kind of hoping that the regulars that usually pop in and out, I've sent out invites to everybody and their mother. Who knows?
Mhm.
It's Sunday and the weather was a little nice,
Well,
but
how nice was it?
yeah, it's sewer nice. It's- I had to kneel down
Well,
on the freaking ground to
sewer nice only tells me that the people who live in that house was eating good.
you want to know what? I've been it's been an issue for years and I'm just tired of freaking fighting it. That's all. I'm like, it don't even matter to no one. They know that they're not supposed to put grease down the freaking sewer system, but yet grease gets in there. And you want to know how you know it's grease? Because it turns rock hard and brick and white.
When it gets cold.
Huh?
Yeah, when it gets cold.
Right, right. And I'm still here. You can still hear me?
Hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
I can hear you.
I'm just changing really quick so I can get the smell of the sewer out of here. Of course, I had to kneel down and freaking. It's just who knows. Great way to start out a live stream, I must say.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, shit happens. Basically, um, give me a second if you can. You can
Uh-huh.
sit there quietly. They do it all the time on their
Ooh,
live stream.
I'm here. Hey, Mr. Crowley, what's good?
I'll be right back.
What's happening, guys?
I can't hardly hear you.
You can't hear me?
I can hear you, but you're low.
Oh, all right. Hold on, I gotta figure that out. Why am I getting no volume? Why do I get no volume?
What happened?
I gotta check my oh shoot.
What happened?
No, I made you little.
You made me little.
Oh,
Thank you.
all right, there you go. Hey, where's it located on
What?
YouTube?
What the show?
Yeah.
Okay, if you go into Novice's channel.
Oh, it's a novices. Okay.
Yeah. you should be able to see it. Hey, how you doing, Paul?
Hey, I'm here.
Oh, there it is. I just missed it. There it goes.
Okay.
There we are. Thank you. Thank you very much.
How's Mr. Crowley tonight?
We'll learn later when you make a website.
I'm doing all right, Paul. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Is it me echoing or you?
Somebody.
Oh, there's something wrong with me. I gotta play with my volume or something.
Oh,
Okay.
play with what?
Volume.
Oh.
Okay, I'm back. I got that crap off.
Well, I had to get back to hear all of the good things this time of year from Lawrence because he's always Mr. Happy and positive.
What good things?
Oh yeah.
Hey, Jay Santiago, what's up? What good things?
All the good things.
All the good things in life. All the things you're thankful for, Lawrence.
Oh, well, I'm thankful 5 minutes before the live stream. The trap to the bottom of the house decided to clog up, which means
Ooh.
I had to put on the galvanized gloves and clear a clog. Now, I've been doing this for years. I've been in this house 22 years, right? Now, not once have I ever dropped a metal plate down into the muck and water. And because I was lifting it and it was 5 minutes before the show, I
You were in a
dropped
hurry.
the muck
Yeah.
and it splashed on my pants.
Ah,
Yeah.
that sucks.
Dude, you have no idea.
Mm-mm.
You have no idea. I mean,
Well,
what's up, Sean? I sent you an invite.
What's happening,
Lawrence, that actually underscores the fact that you see these movies where people are swimming through the sewers. It's like, oh,
Just stop.
Oh.
oh
Stop.
my God.
Stop. Herman, will you tell them the story of the guy trying to get away from the cops? That show you was watching?
Oh, I don't
You
know
guys
if
must. What's up, Justin? Hey, you guys must hear this story.
I don't know if you guys ever watched that show Shameless on Showtime.
I've seen some of them.
Okay. Well, the father is a lazy, worthless piece of nothing. He refuses to work, and everything is a scam, and all he wants to do is take the money that's supposed to take care of his family and drink and do drugs. So he set it up to where is that he would rob the homes of his son's friends because they were well off and had money, and he wanted to rob their homes. And the alarm system went off, and the police was chasing him. And he ran to a construction site, and there was nowhere for him to go. He was trapped. They were going to catch him. He took one look at the porta sand, the porta potty. Went in the porta potty to hide.
Hold on. The best part.
The police came running down to the construction site. They didn't know where he went. The police looked around, and they looked at the porta potty, and they opened up the door of the porta potty, and he was not in there. The police walked away after that and was like, oh, he's gone, and they left. After that, he climbs out of the blue water with the toilet paper and the ook and everything in the porta potty stuck to the top of his head. He climbs out of the porta potty. I was sick to my stomach looking at that.
Oh, yes.
Hey, Drone Bum. How are you, buddy?
I don't know about you, but I'm caught.
Well, and besides that, just the actor alone, I don't care how much they paid you. I'd say nope.
Listen, it could have been blue Kool-Aid. I'm still not climbing down in no porta potty.
But it's like, how they make it look real, like the
What was the? Remember the guys? Johnny. They did all the stunts on MTV.
Not Jackass.
I know what you're talking
Jackass.
about.
They did a scene where they put somebody in the porta potty and flipped it upside down.
Mm-hmm.
Ew.
And he actually taped his ears in all his orifices so that he didn't get sick. It was like really nasty. It was, and then the other one swam in a reservoir of crap. It was like, oh my god.
Yeah. Unacceptable.
No, that's just when you do stuff like that. There's something really wrong.
Hey,
You
Lawrence, you have a lot of people that love and like to watch your stuff. You don't need to go to that extreme. Don't be doing that now.
Look, trust me, Paul, it was not purposely done. I did not purposely plan for the toilet to clog 5 minutes before. Now, see, what happens is I've been living here so long that even my daughter's trained. If the toilet starts bubbling because we're in the basement, that means air is coming back this way. Air is not supposed to come back through your toilet.
Yeah.
So that's the first sign. So usually I catch it there.
Only
But
when you
when I
flush.
first started living here, one morning I did wake up and go splash in about a half inch of water.
Ooh.
Okay, now to get out of bed, have sleep, and put your foot on the ground and go splash. If a nuclear bomb could have went off inside my head, it would have. So trust me, I've had my share of this house, man. And I don't know what they're gonna do, if they're gonna whatever they're gonna do. They're gonna sell the house, they're gonna keep it, they're gonna rent it. But I'm gonna tell you right now, whoever lives in this basement apartment is gonna have to know how to do that. Because you know the trap under the house, it's like 3 feet deep, and goes out. It has the dirt and the sand around it, and the 2 caps for the trap. One on the side of the sewer, one on the side of the house. The one on the side of the house always clogs. Then you have to pull a cap off of that one so the water goes down, and pull a cap off. And then I have a 150-foot snake that goes from the front of the house all the way to the back. So I'm about done. I've had my share.
Well, what you do is every time the rent's due, you just take off the cost of the Roto-Rooter. They don't need to know you did it.
Look, they know, because I'm usually bitching about it. I'm like, who threw wipes and I've fished a wash rag. Who the hell flushes a wash rag?
All right, man, let it go. Let's move forward. What do you think about those beers, huh?
Mr. Crowley's starting to look a little peaked there.
We're not feeling too good.
What kind of beers we talking about?
Yeah,
Oh, you're in
what kind of
Chicago.
beers? When I said beer, not bears, beer. What kind of beer are we talking about?
Anything.
But I'm sorry, I was starting to have a moment there. So what's up, Paul? What's going on?
You might want to do your live streams like from Disney, something like that.
Well, Herman has probably got some drone news for us, don't
Joe
you?
Mack from Ireland.
Yeah, I don't have
What's
anything.
up, mate? Well, the only drone news that's out there is the guy that hit the helicopter. Now,
There's other news.
that was on the news. You guys had saw it, right? I'm going to tell you something.
So
What was the helicopter?
Go ahead. Hold on. Justin has something to say. The world must stop because he barely talks.
I don't know if a lot of people know that I was actually speaking to the guy that was actually flying that helicopter, and from seeing the damage and everything like that, and I asked the guy straight up, and I said, "Was it a drone?" And he was like, either it was a drone or Elon Musk space jump. So I don't know how this got into the FPV community, but apparently the guy it was a news reporter in there, and one of them were actually well known in FPV. So
Okay.
how that got about, but it started a big argument because you have the people that says it wasn't a drone, and you have the people that says it has to be a drone.
Well, here's 2 stories that I heard, and I'm going to try and find an article while we're talking about it. But one story from a passenger on a plane, he asked the pilot, "What was that?" And the pilot says, "I don't know. I think it was a drone. I saw after the bang." Now listen to the science. The tail is behind him, but after the bang, they saw out of the corner of his eye, he thinks he saw red and green lights. Now, I happen to know for a fact when DJI drones do explode on impact, the lights probably still aren't on because the battery is separated, blah, 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 blah. Also, the size of the hole is maybe the size of a small man's fist. Now, usually when a drone hits something like the Black Hawk helicopter, a part or something is stuck on it, a white scrape mark, something. They have not identified it. Now, once again, the second part of the story is the pilot has come back after doing so many interviews and said, "I don't know if it was a drone or not." So now, is he recanting the story? I'm going to try and find that. I need to find that.
Yeah, he
To show you guys.
It's
What
just
happened?
weird because it's just like everyone's just like, oh, if you look at one of the pictures, it looks like from what they're saying, is swirl marks going along the side of it. And I was like, all right, if it was a drone has plastic props. Those things would have exploded.
Well, hold on, Justin. I just want to point out that just before you finish, if I'm flying in a piece of metal and plastic can damage it, I'm going to stop flying. I've never known. Now, I've passed science, and this is third grade science I'm about to give you guys, but third grade science teaches you metal is harder than plastic. Okay, I don't care if it's fiberglass, I don't care if it's plexiglass. Metal is harder than plastic, depending on the different textures.
Well, the other thing that's suspicious is Lawrence has said he thought he saw a red and green light. Well, we all know
out the corner of his eye.
It's either red lights on one end or green lights on the other. You're not going to see them both.
Exactly.
Now, what's funny is because I found the article. I'm just trying to cue it up because he said they were red and green lights. He looked to whatever side he was looking to, and he thinks he saw red or green lights. Now, this was after the sound. They heard a bang, and everybody looked to the right, I guess, to the side of the helicopter, whatever impact side it was on. Okay. And he claims, or he thinks, he saw red and green lights.
So this was a helicopter that was hit?
Yeah, it was a news helicopter.
It was a news helicopter.
It was a news helicopter. I got it running here. I'm just trying. Okay, I don't know. Here it is right here, but I don't know if you guys can hear this, but I'm going to get a copyright strike anyway. So I might as well see if I can get you guys to hear it. Hold on one second. Here we go.
By what's believed to be a drone leaving marks on the aircraft. Will Carr is in LA with the story. Good morning, Will.
And Michael, that collision was strong enough to punch a hole in the tail of the helicopter. With more drones flying, this is becoming a bigger and bigger issue.
Overnight, a frightening encounter in the air after this KABC news chopper was believed to be hit by a drone, leading the pilot to make a precautionary landing.
We felt it, we heard it, we all looked at each other, didn't really know what it was.
Reporter Chris Christie and his pilot were flying over downtown Los Angeles at 100 miles per hour.
There's a dent there, a bigger dent there.
The chopper's tail.
We just assumed it was a bird because that happens every once in a while. When we got on the ground, though, it was a different story.
The tail of the aircraft tattered, covered in deep scrapes.
There it goes, right there.
Hold it.
There it goes. That's what
I want to bring back.
That's what
exactly what you're saying.
That's the reason why everyone thinks it's a drone, because of that right there.
This little section right here. Now I'm going to tell you
where is that on the helicopter?
This they did not go into.
I think it's the rear fin. Those both are rear fins. They have a small fins on the back of them.
Right. Those help with the rudder in the back. Yeah. Now,
and we were all looking at each other, looking for a spot to land, and we eventually put it down on the ground, and fortunately everybody's okay.
Christie and his chopper reaching an elevation of 1,100 feet when they were hit, but drones are normally prohibited from flying.
All right, we don't need to hear all of that, but the part that Justin was talking about, that little scrape mark, I'm going to tell you that was a divot of something hitting it hard and digging it out.
Yeah,
if you look at the impact crater of a meteorite when it hits the earth, it does the same thing. It digs it out until the earth slows it down.
And it could be a part falling off of an aircraft at
this is what
12,000 feet.
This is what I was thinking that it may have been, because you see bolts, flaps, all kinds of things opening up on airplanes. And at any given time over the United States, there's 7,000 to 10,000 planes in the air between New York and California. Blue ice falls from planes all the time. That de-icing agent that they put on the plane, after a while, it freezes up and it falls off. There's so many different things that it could be, but they don't have green and red lights. you understand? And that's the funny part about it.
Well, what makes me wonder is, did he ask that pilot? Did we don't see the whole interview? Did somebody ask that pilot? Well, did it have any kind
hold on.
lights on it?
this guy, hold on, lens capture, and it did not take down the aircraft, even though supposed experts had claimed that a drone would take down a helicopter if it hit the tail. Lens capture, you're 1,010% right. By the way, based on FAA's own reports, the proliferation of drones hasn't created an exponential increase in drone incidents, which goes to prove us flying here in New York. There are mad people flying here in New York. Trust me. There's people flying in Staten Island. I'm afraid to fly a cruise ship because I'm afraid there's someone from Staten Island on the other side trying to do an orbit or a maneuver.
Plus,
So,
they said they were flying at 1,100 feet.
oh, and he says lens capture, Tom, he's here in New York with us, also a 107 pilot, and he says if you live in Ozone Park, you probably experience fallen aircraft debris or know someone who has. And I've lived on this Rockaway Peninsula all my life. I've seen planes taking off with fuel leaking out of the wings, and they've had to turn around and make U-turns. I've seen not debris fall, but I've seen pieces on planes that shouldn't be flapping and stuff. So he is 100% right about that. Hey, Roger. Hey, Brant Ariels. But the main problem is every time something hits or dings a plane,
it's a friggin'
it's a drone. It's a drone. Okay. Now, you guys know as well as I do, if it is or was a drone, more than likely DJI would give up the information about the pilot anyway, considering they couldn't capture a pilot. I mean, think about this. A few months back, they shut down an airport for 6 hours for what they thought were drone lights, and it was an illusion. In the distance, there were lights in the distance that were blinking, and someone said, "Ooh, look, a drone."
Yep.
Bad press is bad press. You're right about that, Tom.
And the other thing you notice, nobody said, gee, could it have been a FedEx drone, or could it have been a UPS drone, or could it have been under that special provisions? Are they testing drones? Who knows?
Well, Herman, oh,
because
thank
their
you,
drones are much bigger.
subscriber, for coming in and giving us that one dislike. We appreciate you.
That, you know, the delivery drones are huge.
Right. Now, I could see a delivery drone taking out a helicopter or something, and with the bright colors that they're going to be using, DHL. What happened, Herman?
I can't.
Why?
Because
they're not going to allow them to cross between each other at some time and point.
No.
Helicopters, drones, and everything have to interface.
I can't see that happening.
Why?
I don't think
the simple fact is that if you have been sitting here doing these reports and you've been listening to some of the things that I've been telling you about these drone deliveries, you would know that that's not going to happen.
Why? Because they're going to make sure that the delivery drones...
No, because the delivery drones right now is such a small thing. It's so isolated right now to where they're delivering. It's not widespread. They're nowhere near these things. And I don't believe that was a drone. And these reports keep coming up and keep coming up and keep coming up. And it's after a while, it's going to be up to the drone manufacturers to start challenging these people on these things, because it's nonsense.
Well, I agree
constantly
with you.
Keeps happening.
I agree with you, Herman, except what I'm talking about is in 10 years, there's going to be thousands of delivery drones in the air.
Not even 10. I give it 5.
So
I give it 3 to 5 years.
It's going to be an air traffic control issue.
Hey, Diamante, Solitario, thank you for coming in.
Private flyers.
That won't happen, because of the simple fact is, like I said before, by the time that happens, they would have already gotten that thing up and going with the air traffic control for these drones. They're already working on that. It's in the process of being done. And these missions that these drones are flying right now are small missions from 1 or 2 locations to designated areas.
Well, see, what Sean is saying, Geeks Vana, is very true. When the NTSB should be able to clear it up, because they're going to search that for any little parts that may have entered the hole. They're going to take it apart with a fine-tooth comb. And for some reason, you guys remember the plane nose cone a few months back that got crushed in. Oh, my God, a drone hit an airplane. And come to find out, it was an imperfection in the nose cone.
Birds do that all the time.
Exactly. But since they ruled out the birds, it had to be a drone. Come to find out, it was a stress, a weakness in that particular cone that was repaired. It was supposed to be repaired to specs, and it apparently wasn't because it caved in on its own. Automatically, that story died.
So will this one.
Huh? You
so
think
will
so?
this one.
Yeah, I think so too. I think
Which one hasn't? Which one hasn't died except for the one with the guy flying over to the airport in Las Vegas? We know that happened. That's it. We know that happened.
Yeah.
Still waiting to find the drones at the airport.
Yeah, that knucklehead.
True. That is true. You have a valid point.
Closed down 2 airports that are over 10 miles away with a drone that can't even travel that far. So let's get our brains together here, folks. You understand? When does it stop?
It's true. Well,
big question.
I'll tell you when it'll stop. It's the same way as if I walk up to you every day and punch you in the nose and you don't do anything about it. When does it stop? It won't stop until you make it stop.
Hey, above and beyond drones. Well, you're right.
And like I said, these drone manufacturers are going to have to start challenging these people. When a pilot tells you moving at a couple 100 miles an hour or whatever speed he was traveling, I seen red lights and 2 stripes on the arms and it looked like this and it came in and it hit the plane and where did it go? I don't know.
You're right, though.
Half the people that get into car accidents, I don't know what happens.
Exactly.
Hey, Geeks Vana says over 250 reports of drone near misses reported in the airport abroad in the UK. They have confirmed that 0 had any evidence of an actual drone. And I can believe that. We have a pilot friend who flies here in New York named Pilot Jose. And he was explaining to Herman that you'd be surprised how many plastic bags you see flying around at 20,000 feet, 30,000 feet. You know, regular shopping bags, the ones you bring home from the store, you see blowing down the block. Well, every now and then, some of them get lifted up a couple of thousand feet in the air. And he said, according to him, it happens a lot.
Well, that's part of the reason why the FAA decided, okay, let's say something about balloons being released. That let's now start talking about stopping it.
Yeah, but who do you go to stop it? Like, but you
don't.
say
You just put it out there that you're not supposed to do it. No one knows they're not supposed to do it.
Yeah.
Who's in tune to that? You and I, people who are in tune to issues that are going on within the FAA. These people put balloons because they're having a damn party, not because they want to know about the friendly skies.
Check out what Tom says. Hey, did you ever think the news helicopter pilot might have reported it as a drone incident because he was worried about his job might be replaced by a drone? It's a valid point. Whatever it was, they're going to find out. If it was metal on metal, if it was plastic, and I refuse to believe this, man. Stop telling me plastic can pierce metal. And even though it's an aircraft grade aluminum, you couldn't punch a hole through it with your hand.
I think that they heard something hit their helicopter and then they just decided that would be a great story to say it was a drone.
Well, and the irony
they were
of
news
it is,
reporters.
the irony is it was a news copter.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's
Let's team up on the drone bashing.
Yeah.
Yep. That would make great news.
I said this before. When you want something, you'll demonize it quickly.
It's
that
true.
way people will give it up. And then you can just pick it up and go with it.
I ran a drone directly into my vinyl siding and it didn't even damage it.
I watched everything done that way. I watched them sell real estate like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredible how that it's out of that playbook. It's like in the first section on how to take over. Demonize something, and when everybody puts it down, you can pick it up and run with it.
Well, FSX 239 said delivery drones will squawk to position, but if you don't know already, I might as well find out now. As of December 30th, all drones manufactured or flown in the United States must have an RFID in it. So you go out and buy a drone today, you might have one without it, but they'll include that in the software. Probably DJI software is just a matter of turning a switch or writing some code that'll make it beep its identification. After December 30th, I want to see what happens when a vehicle gets hit or an aircraft gets hit.
Exactly, because remember I told you before that, and I said it tonight, that the drone manufacturers have got to start challenging that. The only way that you would know if one of the older drones was in that area is if you can already pick it up already.
Well, see, this is why they want to create that app so that
I understand that, but what I'm trying to say to you, for that app to work, for that app to actually work, that means you can already pick those drones up now.
Yeah, true. That's true.
So let's think about this. If I said one of your drones was seen flying at the airport, why don't you challenge it? Because you can tell if one of your drones was in that area.
Right. You're right. DJI could probably press a button and tell you every drone that's in the air right now within a matter of minutes. And it's highly possible from satellite to satellite. So I see this as being an issue, and Tom's right. The NTSB does have their act together. Let's wait and see what the findings are. Now, if it goes away hush hush, which I tend to believe, and Herman also said it himself, we'll never know.
They said they were hit at 1,100 feet.
Yes.
Yeah, 1,100.
Yeah. So it's now what gets me now. Here's something else.
You know why I asked that question? Not to cut you off. The reason why I asked that question is because you have a lot of meatheads in this country and all over the world. But you have people, and I don't know if you remember this, but after September 11th, the Trade Center.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard the reports on the amount of bomb threats that went on in the United States after that, that were done by American citizens.
Yeah.
How many people you think out there actually shoot at planes or helicopters passing by?
Well, I do know it's illegal, of course, to shoot at a plane, but people do it.
Of course.
And people do it. But this is something that I'm going to give you guys food for thought.
And I'm not picking on gun owners, but there are some stupid people out there.
Right. Pertaining to the helicopter that got hit, here's another bit of not third grade science, maybe 6th or 7th grade science. Okay, everyone knows a helicopter creates such an amount of thrust from the two props that are spinning at how many RPMs they are, whatever they may be, that the prop wash alone, if something was coming straight at it, should have pushed it away and under the helicopter. And this is why I do not believe, this is why I do not believe it was a drone either. Because the prop wash, you guys own drones. You see what happens to the dust and the paper or whatever that's around. I'm telling you, a 2.5 pound piece of plastic, whether it was moving at 27, 24 miles per hour or just hovering, the prop wash should have knocked it out of the way, which leads me to believe that it was something heavier than 2 pounds that hit that plane.
Just the damage of tearing the metal should be more than 2 pounds of damage. I mean,
exactly. That metal is tested just like you have mil strength in drone legs, 4 mil, 5 mil, 6 mil. The testing mill, if you can't punch a hole through it with your fists, that piece of plastic, I'm pretty sure you could gain more thrust in that drone.
Well, that's why I said I've hit vinyl siding at full speed with a drone and not broke it, not even dented it. It just bounced off.
How fast was the siding moving?
The siding was pretty slow, I think, from what I remember. The drone was going pretty fast.
Well, all I can say is
that was at 400.
I really want to see what happened. What was the horizon speed of the helicopter?
90.
they do not say this. And
Oh,
I'm
there's a
telling you,
report
if,
that it was 90 miles an hour.
dude, I used to fly model helicopters, and I know you have to pitch the blades forward like this. Now, if a drone, a small object the size of, who the hell knows, the size of this yellow XT-30 comes within that prop wash, whether it's 100 miles per hour or 90 miles per hour, the prop wash should have pushed it down and away from the bird because of the thrust that's created. That's simple science. Okay. Now, if you have a piece of metal that size, it's going to be a little harder to push out of the way, isn't it?
Well, they should find the debris.
Exactly. And I hope they do. I hope they do. What's up, Ray? I hope they do find it. And
according to the way it sounded to me when the pilot was talking, like the plane, like the drone hit him and kept on going.
Yeah, it hit him. It bounced off him. But what's funny is the cockpit is here. They got hit in the rear of the helicopter. But he saw the lights up here. Which means, hold on. Which means the drone had to hit them from behind and past the pilot, so he could see the red and yellow light, the red and green lights. The physics doesn't add up.
They know it.
Plain
That's
and
why they
simple.
ain't saying
The
too much about
physics,
it. They know
the
it.
physics doesn't add up.
The aliens are with us.
That's what I think. It's aliens.
It's just the sad part that the drone community is like, oh yeah, it had to be a drone.
Of course they do, because they've been taught. That
into the metal. Yeah, it is a drone. I'm like, oh.
But did you hear what Herman said?
Because
they
we
have
are
been
teaching that.
Yes,
that's what's being taught. I told you about crazy verbiage that goes on in the drone community. Once it starts, it continues and it rolls on and it rolls on and it rolls on.
Yeah, that's what it's doing. It's rolling.
It's definitely rolling. Huh?
Now they have taken DJI drones and they've hit crash test dummies in the face. They've hit tanks. They've hit birds. They've hit so much stuff. They did so much testing. They've launched one out of a cannon at 140 miles per hour. That's why DJI started the cease and desist to sue them if they showed it again. Because unless that drone was traveling at 100 and something miles per hour, I don't see plastic puncturing tested aluminum grade aircraft metal.
Although I wouldn't mind trying to hit somebody in the face with that drone.
Oh, now hold on. Tom says it hit the horizontal stabilizer of the tail rotor, right? Which are the two rear
little wings, the mini wings.
The two wings that actually just help them keep them from spinning out and help with the rudders. But it's a hit in the front and along the top half. That dig out that we saw in the video, they don't show where that is. But
that's right on the fin. It showed it right on the fin.
Right on
the fin.
It
on the nose of the fin. If you're looking at it on the nose, there was a dent, but there was another dugout section that I froze.
Yeah, that's where the rifle shot went over the top part of the.
It split the wing. The shell split the wing.
The 50 caliber went
right. That's where the rifle shot went right over the edge of the wing.
I think it was a balsa wood plane. Those are very dangerous. The ones you wind up with a rubber band.
Oh yeah, that might have taken them right the hell out.
Oh, those will take down a Learjet.
Okay, now if you look in the chat, you see Above and Beyond put some. I'm gonna have to fact check that. I definitely will. But he put that the strength of air grade aluminum is about 42,000 pounds per square inch.
Okay.
Okay, now I don't know about you, but I don't even know a racing drone that could generate that speed to get up to 42,000 pounds per square inch, nonetheless 35,000 pounds per square inch.
Well,
I think
two together. Think about
it. If you fire it from a cannon.
Hey, Justin, don't you think maybe it was Tinkerbell was out on a night on the town and got a little loaded,
drunk, and she was doing a little.
Yeah.
Look,
because if they say that it went 90, it was going 90 miles per hour.
Either that or some dude with his rifle cracked off a shot.
Someone's fired a potato gun in the air. It was a spud.
Potato one.
It was a spud.
And
someone fired a potato gun 1,100 feet up into the air, and it just happened to clip the heli. And I said, NIST test these very scenarios, okay, in Maryland. No major concern yet published because there is nothing. You're 100% right, Tom, but in the same sense, they're still telling people if you see a drone, call the police. Why are they still playing this recording back from 2004 on 311 information here in New York City?
I don't know. I never got that.
Okay, they're still telling people if you see a drone or if you see a drone, it's still on the FAA website. So the FAA needs to get their stuff together as well. What's with the grumpy old man, Paul?
I know if you
Oh,
call,
Paul's starting to revolt. The grumpy old man.
if you call the Parks Department, the Parks Department will tell you, yeah, you can fly in New York.
Right. You can fly.
And they'll tell you where to go.
Yes.
And if you ask the FAA if you can fly in New York, and they'll tell you, I'll ask you if you're using the Lance system.
Yes, and they'll tell you to go to follow Lance. Now, if Lance says there's a 300-foot altitude, okay, well, you can't go higher than 300 feet. There are places where Lance says there's a 250-foot altitude. I've even been in a spot where the altitude was 100 feet. Okay, but it was out on Long Island and everything's flat. And I could see that because a small airport approach runway is in the area. I can see that. They don't want you going over 100 feet because the planes pass at 300.
Yeah.
So there's a 100-foot buffer. So Paul, when are we going to start the Gray Man Club?
Hey, I don't know, Lawrence, but I've been there for a while.
Where are you above and beyond that you don't have Lance yet?
You don't have Lance.
Everybody has Lance. It's just a phone call away.
No. Newark Airport just got Lance, and they're one state over from us.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They're rolling it out.
Yeah, they're slowly going to make it a requirement that if you are a small to medium to large size airport, you will be required to run Lance.
Well, there are places that are not in controlled airspace.
What's up, Curtis? That's true too, because there's places in New York like Coney Island that's not in
I'm not in controlled airspace.
Yeah.
You take off. What was the ceiling height out here on when you came out here, Lawrence?
Where by you?
Yeah, what it said when you turn the drone.
492 feet. Yeah, it tells you the clearance, even though you're not supposed to go over. You're not supposed to go over 400 feet. It said 492 foot ceiling in Herman's neighborhood when we were working on my drone. When we found out that it's the controller in my drone. 600 airports have Lance. Melbourne, Florida does not have Lance. It's coming, dude, because they're going to make it a requirement that major airports and medium-sized airports
they just added Newark recently.
Yeah.
Yes, Newark Airport is the next state over from us, and they just added them, about a week or two back?
I don't understand how that is to be. When you're in that area, it still picks up the airports on the map, on the when you go to get authorization.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. All I know is
because even when I was flying in Florida, it was open airspace. Like you could
Atlantic City too.
You'll open up Lance and it'll just be like okay to fly.
Atlantic City too.
Atlantic City too, and you would figure
you know how much footage can't be published from Atlantic City.
Yeah.
Because
believe
of the
it or not,
flying right by
Atlantic City, you see a drone going over the boardwalk at low altitude like it's nothing.
Helicopters flying lower than the drone.
When we were in Atlantic City, guys, Herman and I were shooting the lighthouse, right? They have a lighthouse there a little ways from the casino to show you how they fly their, hey, what's up, Explicit? To show you how they fly their helicopters there. The airport is way off in another direction. This helicopter flew maybe 300, 400 feet all the way to the hotel.
Where I am in the Cape, where my family's house is in the Cape, the planes, the racing planes, the like 2-seaters there and the 1-seaters, come lower than the cliff that we're on, which the cliff's only 100 feet above sea level. And they're below that because you look down at the plane as it's going across the ocean. I mean the beach. It's insane. If I fly my drone out there, I can go up 400 feet there, but the planes fly at less than that.
You wonder how that's possible, right?
Oh, they rip it, and so doesn't the Coast Guard. The Coast Guard, the private planes, and helicopters all go below the level of the cliff.
But I thought helicopters, they had the authority to just drop to a certain level, depending on.
Yeah, but this dude was flying in Atlantic City at 300 to 400 feet. He just cleared the top of the tallest hotel and swung around and disappeared and landed. And keep in mind, Herman and I, yeah, and he had to come from the airport. But some of the guys do that. They fly into Atlantic City Airport and they don't want to drive over or take a limo over, so they take a helicopter straight to their hotel. But lens capture puts Rockaways in the 70s plus 500-foot approach area. Now you know it's funny you say
We
that,
can
Tom.
still fly over there.
You know it's funny because on bad weather days, and they do kind of fly a little lower than that. We've like with Justin with Brooke in Rosedale. In Rosedale, they come in that you shouldn't even be up in the air with a drone because you can read the writing almost on
not
the
over
tires.
there. No.
Yeah, you can read the writing on the tires over there.
From by Beach 9th,
yeah,
you can see them come around the backside of that big building that went up over there, close going towards the bridge. You'll see it you'll see it Thursday.
Yeah. Herman's got a video coming out. Anyway, congratulations, Herman, to the game. Ring. I know you've been talking about it, but I haven't had a chance to do it here on Sunday nights with those guys. What's up, Curtis?
Hey, Curtis.
What's going on, guys?
Thank you for getting me a ticket. And I do have some footage, some vlog footage. I'll probably put up a video of the trip, me traveling there. And just before they told me I could not go into the stadium with a GoPro. Now, here's the silliest thing you may have heard before in your life. Okay. You can go in with a DSLR, which records video, right? You can go in with your cell phone, which records, and you can go live from. But did you know during the night of Herman's football game, I could not carry my GoPro in? And for what reason? Because it was a recording device. So you know how I looked at the guy when he told me that, right?
Remember when I told you about flying over the stadiums and stuff like that?
They had a helicopter circling the stadium.
Right. That's for security purpose and the fact that someone has the rights to stream in that game. So you can't go in there with a camera.
Well, anyway, to hell
that
with
makes
it.
sense.
I went live for a little while. I'm sorry I had the crappy mic. I need to get an external mic now. That's what I'm working on. But it is silly because I told the guy, I said, you mean I can't take this in there? I said, well, what am I supposed to do with it? He says, well, the stores over across the street that sell the Yankee gear and stuff, they have lockers for people who don't want to take stuff into the stadium.
What's up, drone bum?
Whatever that is, I don't know, but they have lockers. But because this was not during baseball season and it was an unofficial game and it wasn't baseball related, the stores on that entire strip closed at 6 p.m. The game started at 5. Here it is at 4:15. I'm looking for a locker to put my camera in, but I'm not going to leave it in the store if the store closes at 6 p.m. and the game is over like 7 or 8 or whatever, you know. And make a long story short, I went back to the supervisor. He says, well, check the stores over here. So now I'm starting to get pissed because every store I went in with no lockers. I went back. I said, dude, I got here at 4:15. For a half hour, I've been trying to find lockers. What do I have to do to get into the stadium? Because I'm not leaving my GoPro with anyone. He says, all right, go speak to my manager. This is the manager of the entire security team there that they hired for the night. And the guy goes and he tells me, did you go here? I said, yes. Did you go there? I said, yes. All of these places are going to be closed at 6 p.m. when we get out of the game. And I'm not going to leave my camera and come back tomorrow, an hour and a half, 2-hour ride just to pick up a GoPro. He says, look, I'll tell you what. You seem like a nice person. This is what I'm going to do. Give me your tickets. I'm like, sure. He takes the tickets and he takes a picture of them where we're sitting, the seats. And he says, put the GoPro in your pocket. I said, dude, I'll put it in my underwear. Okay. He said, put it in your pocket and I'm going to be over to check on you. Do not pull that GoPro out because as soon as you do, we're going to kick you out. And the whole time I had it in my pocket, and he had a guy behind me, and I went live in front of the guy and everything, which I don't understand. I was recording the game. I was showing the stadium. I was playing
That
around,
makes no
joking
sense.
with my
Ridiculous.
daughter, and I was live. The guy that was watching me actually came. I guess he couldn't believe I was live. But he was
People start
told,
making GoPros look like cell phones.
but he was told if I pull out a GoPro to get the police there and kick me out. The whole time he stood, he even got maybe as close as like 15 feet from me. And he just said, to hell with it. The guy streamed from his phone. What am I standing there watching him for? And he continued to watch the game.
Excuse me 1 second.
I wonder if it has to do with quality. I mean, I you know, perception.
You know what? It was
You know.
just that. It was just like Herman said. Someone had the rights to. What's up, Big Matt? Someone had the rights to stream the game.
Well, congratulations, Herman.
But
Thank you.
they were only streaming the game on the big jumbotron.
Yeah. No, I think somebody got the rights to that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know exactly who. But
I didn't know that the quality was so crappy. I watched it over and I'm like, geez.
While you guys are talking about that, I'm going to drop a link in the chat.
For
8,200 feet this guy flew. Idiot.
Who?
Oh, it's off on an island somewhere, but when it gets up in the air, and I mean the comments are what are more bothersome to me than anything else, because he's deleting negative comments and only keeping the positive comments.
Okay.
But
where
yeah,
was he flying?
And he was flying a Mavic Pro.
Mavic Pro, 8,200 feet up, and if you look at right at the thumbnail, you can see the runway there.
Where was he flying?
This is in it's an island.
Okay.
I want to say Malta or something like that.
What's their laws out there?
Yeah, because I do know that it depends on what country.
Well, you can talk about laws all you want. There's an airport there.
No, I get it, but there are some.
How safe
countries
is
where
that?
you can fly right into the supermarket. They could care less about you flying.
Well, it may be, but I'm saying, you know.
No, I get what you're saying. I understand the safety issue of it, but there's some countries that just don't give a shit.
They really don't. You can take a drone in Malaysia up to 2,000 feet, and they tell you 2,000 foot is your ceiling. Okay,
This guy
that's
is
in
getting
Malaysia.
This guy's
That's
getting
in
an
Malaysia.
amazing. This guy's getting an amazing amount of views, more likes than he is dislikes. It's kind of disheartening, you know. It's like, really.
Well, so that will come to an end, because you can almost guarantee once drone deliveries take off here in the United States, they're already doing it in Africa. They're already doing it in other parts of the world. They're doing it here in the United States. A lot of that's going to stop. And think about this. He got that drone up that high. That battery was smoking when he got it back.
Oh, if you watch the video and you watch the little, he has the screen capture on his iPad or whatever it was he was using, and he's got a discharge warning where he's over discharging the battery as he's climbing the whole time. The whole time going up, it's over discharge, and he doesn't slow down or nothing. He does speed up the video. I will give him that much, so that you don't have to. It's only 7 minutes long. But interestingly enough, it says, yeah, he's blowing that battery.
Hey,
out.
what's up, Timothy? How are you?
Hey,
from Arizona.
Did that drone drop out of the sky?
What happened?
Curtis, did that drone drop out of the sky?
No.
You got it back down?
He got it back down, yes.
That's it. You know, I'm gonna look at that video because there's so many people doctoring stuff. I mean, it's a shame. I believe that it's an actual video because he screenshot it. I'm gonna look at it in more detail, but I can tell you right now, honestly, I can take Curtis's face and put it on Paul's, and it would be a perfect match.
Well, I'm pretty well.
Thank you.
There's a thing called Earth Zoom.
You're that good with Photoshop?
There's a thing called Earth Zoom. It's a VFX thing that you do with After Effects. So I'm very familiar with what you're talking about, except for the fact that he flies right down to where he's at.
Well, I like I said, I'm gonna watch that video over in my later on while I'm eating dinner. Hey Tim, how did you found me here? Tim's one of my Xbox buddies. We been battling for years playing Xbox.
Big Matt's here too.
He's way over here and he's way over there in Arizona. Tell the wifey and daughter hello, and we'll get back to this. But what do you think? And since you got here late, Curtis, what's your take on the story of the drone hitting the helicopter? And have you seen the pictures and video of the actual helicopter? Have you seen pictures of the whole?
I haven't seen. I've seen the. So my take on it is, I think it's very irresponsible reporting on the part of the news agency because they don't know what it is.
Nobody's fact checking.
Why name a drone right off the bat? If it's not unless you just have the drone in your hand and say we hit a drone, it's not really a news. It's not really good news reporting, in my opinion.
I'll be right back.
Fake news.
Well, Curtis,
to say that it got hit is news. To say that they safely landed and the things that they went through and the investigation that is going to happen is news. But to say they think it was a drone right off the bat on the news is only speculation and editorializing, and they should have not done that in a newscast. Now, if it was a blog or if it was Drone University, I'd expect that out of them. But, this is supposed to be a news station where you report the facts. Yeah. So I'm kind of let down with them to begin with. Second of all, the helicopter at the speed that it's going versus the speed of a drone, that's way too much of an impact. Way too much of an impact. It's got to be something bigger than what we fly that hit them. I'm not saying it's not a drone. It could be a military drone. It could have been a gunshot. Could have been anything.
Right. That's what it kind of looks like.
It does. It kind of looks like a somebody shot at the helicopter. So why say a drone?
But Curtis, you want to know why they said the guy's using a drone? Is because the pilot is good friends with a couple of FPV guys. Like, this story didn't break out in regular drone Facebook groups. It actually broke out first in the Rotor Riots group. That's when I heard about it.
Right.
And I actually spoke to the pilot and I asked him, I was like, so was it a drone or not? And he says it was either a drone or Elon Musk space junk. And I'm like, really? That's not a real answer.
Somebody didn't shoot at it?
He's like, because at first they were like, they wasn't going to land, but they was like, oh, let's land just to be precautious.
I would like to see a ballistics test on that, to be honest with you. I bet you anything if somebody shot at it.
But like you said, just the first thing, just blaming a drone is the first thing you think of. I think that's just kind of cruel.
Yeah. No, it's not good journalism to begin with.
Because last time they blamed the drone and come to find out that it wasn't even a drone.
Had it been, so there is a variation of that. The problem is they're interviewing a reporter. The reporter is the one who's being interviewed. He still has an obligation as a reporter to report the news. Yeah. If they were interviewing Paul and Paul said, hey, I think it's a drone, that's one thing. But they interviewed a guy who's supposed to be telling you the facts. So there's an issue there. That guy's in question with me, as far as I'm concerned. You can put him on here if you want. I'll tell him straight up. Right. That's not news, man. That's not the way you report the news. I don't care if you are the guy being interviewed. As a news reporter, you know what you're supposed to be doing.
Because believe it or not, wasn't the first thing they were supposed to do? Wasn't they supposed to contact the FAA instead of going right to the news? You're supposed to report an incident, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I kind of get the angle from that. I mean, so your job is reporting the news. It's like being in if you're a news reporter and you're in an accident. It's just natural for you to grab the microphone and start covering it. And you assume your producers or somebody else is contacting that. As a reporter, I wouldn't expect him to call the FAA or to call the police and report an accident. I would expect him to kind of kick into gear and going, hey, here's what happened, and start collecting information and reporting on the incident. So I would assume that's probably
well, I'm going to tell you honestly, they did not say it was a drone until they landed. Something hit the helicopter.
Right.
And when they looked at the tail, they said it had to be a drone.
Well, I'm referring to the actual interview that was played, where one reporter interviewed the reporter that was in the helicopter at the time.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what I've seen.
That same reporter, if not the reporter, someone recanted the story. What is it?
See,
this is what you typed it, dude.
This is the actual pilot guy,
Robert Gluckman.
Mhm.
It's either a drone or Elon Musk space trash. Now see that he's making fun of, he's making
Exactly,
jokes
like, they're
of
not-
it. So now you have to question his integrity when he makes a comment like that.
Yeah. Then I got kicked out of the group because I felt that it wasn't a drone.
Justin.
Everyone else is like, oh no, it had to be a drone. The drone cut into the metal.
Once again, third grade science.
I'm like,
here's your reminder. Keep me up.
It's simple. You can do the test yourself.
Well, James, above and beyond drones, he agrees with me also. UFO until the NTSB report. That's the final. My thing is I'm questioning the journalist integrity here, and it's just something that a news station should not be doing. They should be reporting the news, not sitting there trying to sensationalize.
I'm going to say something.
The guy knows it's a hot story because it's a drone and it's damaging a helicopter.
But it's not.
You know what I mean?
But hold on, like Curtis
Based
said,
on what he wants to report, not that it's true. I mean,
but no, like Curtis said, a real reporter would have pulled out his cell phone and started recording or something. Stop it. You get paid to record stories. You get paid to hold a microphone and a camera in your hand, and you didn't think to go, oh, wow, something hit the jet. What do you think it was? Or to go live while you're on your way down? It sounds to me like they were making up their minds on what to tell us when they got on the ground.
Right.
Yeah, they have the ability to go live in the air.
You don't have anything. You don't have any confirmation of them speaking. All they said was they got hit. We decided to land. It wasn't we didn't feel we were in danger, but we heard a bang and we decided to land.
Well, they said they felt it and everything. I mean, that's a bang.
He's a liar.
You would feel a shot from a 50 millimeter cannon too.
He's a liar.
I'm telling you, he was somebody shot at him. I don't know what they shot him with, but somebody was shooting at that helicopter. Just look at the angle of the impact and the way they hit it.
Well, I need to find better pictures of that, seriously, because
we'll sit here and wait.
The pictures in the video. The pictures in the video.
They show you what they want you to see.
Exactly.
They're not going to give you pictures of like, yo.
So while you're looking for pictures, Justin, they kicked you out of Rotor Riot Group. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
For saying it was not a drone.
Yes. I am no longer a member of that.
Yeah, Justin, you get knocked out of all the groups.
I guess
that group is just out of control.
Okay. All right, here we go. Damn it. Thank goodness for freaking the internet. Okay. I'm trying to zoom in on this picture right now. If it doesn't let me zoom in on it, here.
And this is my thing. So it had enough force to put a hole in it.
Look at this. Look at this picture. There's enough force to put a hole and chip paint here. But also, hold on. There are skid marks on this part of the wing as well.
Yep.
Is that skid marks or light reflection?
No, those are definitely skid marks.
That's a dent in there.
Hold on. Let me see if I can get rid of this image here. Here's something else, a wider view. Oh,
there it is.
Wait, hold it. Here it is right here. You see this? It's pretty much the same picture. So it looks like there was more than one impact point. First of all, here's a different angle. Scratch marks.
Must have been an FPV drone and an aerial drone.
Well, you see this guy right here in your picture, Lawrence? The guy with the glasses?
Him? Yeah.
Yes. You have to hear what he says about it.
Really?
Yeah. He's big, and he's big on that nonsense against drones.
Well, all I know is those seem to be the best pictures.
Roger said to go look at XJet. Yep.
XJet? Okay,
Yeah.
hold on a second. Let me stop this here.
Yeah, he tears into those people and do those
Oh yeah,
fake, drone.
James. Yeah, I know.
sites.
I don't have a Matrice 210 RTK, but I've been in its presence, and man, there's just no way. There's no way that thing would shatter. Just the prop wash alone would knock it out of the way.
This is what I was saying earlier. The prop wash from that helicopter has enough lift to keep it in the air on a day where the wind is blowing 50 or 60 miles per
How
hour.
close
I
have
think
they
we should
been to
hang
a
on one second.
helicopter?
Hang on 1 second. I do think we should, as a group, all agree that flying near a helicopter is bad news.
Oh hell yeah!
Just want everybody in the audience to know that this is the
Any
opinion.
manned aircraft, stay away from.
Yeah,
No, but what I'm
this is the opinion of the guys on this panel, but the general belief amongst all of us is this is not a drone that is flying into this particular helicopter.
I don't
So
think
for anybody that's listening now or later, this is our opinion collectively.
Lawrence, I don't know if well, like I said, I was going to ask anyone if they've ever been near a helicopter that while the blades were spinning, or near a plane that has propeller, propelled motor.
All right,
Have you ever been
Roger
near
just
something
put
like that?
the link.
You can feel so much air blowing off of that thing as a human being. I can only imagine what that little drone would feel trying to stabilize itself in that area.
This is what I'm saying. Simple third grade science, that the physics don't match up. A drone traveling, even if the drone was traveling, the helicopter was moving at 90 miles per hour, and the drone was moving in sports mode at 25 to 27 miles per hour. The prop wash alone should have pushed the drone at that speed down and away from the helicopter. Plain and simple. The fact that, and keep in mind the drone's average weight is 2 pounds, 2.5 pounds, DJI class. Let's just say that. All right. It had obviously had to be something a lot heavier that was not pushed out of the way by the thrust, because if you think about it, where it hit that fin, that's almost out of the reach of the end of the propeller.
Hey, Lawrence, take a look at what Hadley just wrote.
That's damage from a big, long-range, old school gas plane.
Nacho says the pilot was doing something stupid and was blaming the drone. What kind of pilot do that's stupid that? I mean, short of something being not checked out on the helicopter.
Well, what we don't know is did he throw the co-pilot out? And we haven't found him yet either.
He was shooting at another plane over his shoulder.
Now look at this video. So that's a helicopter getting ready to take off. This is a plane that's obviously a distance away from it. And watch what
it's moving the propeller, right?
Oh, watch how the plane
this is what I'm saying. If you look in the distance there, you do see
how far away it is. Yeah.
Right. Physics tells you right there it was not a 2-pound drone. And if it was, it had to be moving at 90 miles per hour to do that. Now, if it was a racing drone, okay, I could see that being done. It's because these carbon frames are pretty thick. I could see that happening.
Or one of those RC jets that do 400 miles an hour.
No, it would have got blown out of the way like a piece of paper.
Yeah.
I'm more than sure of it. I'm sure of it. I could fart harder than that. I mean,
I don't think so.
Well, that sounds like next Sunday show.
Hold on.
Everybody tune in next Sunday.
Time out. We all agree.
Here we go.
Wash. No. Seriously, we all agree that the prop wash would have blown the drone out of the sky. Those you just said that it wouldn't have allowed. It would have blown even those toy jet planes that fly at such speeds.
Right.
Would have blown that out of the way. You fart harder than that? How do you not tear up your pants?
Hey, he must have a flap.
I can focus it straight down the pants leg.
You have a flap in
a ventilation system.
I can focus it straight down the pants leg and out the side.
And
no one ever notices it's flapping because it's already windy out.
And next Sunday, Lawrence is going to demonstrate that feat.
Don't start, Paul.
He might lift up the tiles, Paul. No.
We'll get Herman to video. We'll get Herman back there with the GoPro and
I don't need no
videotape it.
prop wash.
Well,
No.
if Lawrence has that kind
I
of
believe the
back,
actual term would be fart wash.
if Lawrence has that kind of back pressure, why didn't you just blow that clog out of the pipe? Why be reaching down in there? Just turn around.
Just sit over the trap and blow.
Yeah.
That's it. You shouldn't have any plumbing problems at all with that kind of pressure.
Yeah, I know. Now you got jokes.
There'd be man covers down the street flying.
Can you imagine the equipment
driving down the road, 5 or 6 of them go
rattling?
raise up 2 feet and come back down.
What's the matter? Shit is full.
Oh, Lawrence,
could you imagine
Lawrence
the-
must be going to the bathroom.
Can you imagine the equipment at the sewage treatment plant just rattling? He passes gas.
That's Lawrence again.
Stand by, everybody. Hold something.
Lawrence is backed up.
He's about to go at 6 o'clock.
The big settling pools would look like a jacuzzi.
You see, it's funny, Paul, because we have our own water refinery out here too.
Yeah.
That would be pretty funny.
No one's supposed to light a match.
Yeah. Well,
But Hadley
Lawrence, you
says his
wouldn't have
friend
to worry about-
has FPV planes that fly out 25 miles easy. But see, once again, my problem is, what is the top speed of that plane that flies at 25 miles per hour? And because of the prop wash, 9 out of 10 of those planes, you have to put the wings on. And I'm sure that they would be sheared away from the prop wash alone.
That's interesting because I know there's a guy.
Aren't most of those made of styrofoam or something? Or?
There's a guy at Garrison, Lawrence. He has the goggles and hooked up with his thing with his cameras on his planes. And most of the guys fly a little bit outside of the airfield, but this dude just takes off and lets it go. And I'm like, yo, how do you do that? And he's just standing there, just letting it go. And
Flying line of sight?
Line of sight.
Out of sight. He's flying line out of sight.
I don't even fly the drone that far.
Get out of here.
No, he just lets it go. I don't know. Like Hadley said, that some of them go like 25 miles. He can just go.
Right.
Well, the guy, who's the guy that's down in the islands? Oh, Adrian Lee. He said that he built his first fixed wing, okay, and it's parrot disco style fixed wing, and he was able to take that out 3 miles and bring it back 3 miles, and he just got into long distance FPV flying. But my point is, if the helicopter's moving at 90 miles per hour in one direction, I mean, didn't they teach you all this stuff in school? But no one was paying attention. If an object is moving at 90 miles an hour and something's moving at a lesser speed, guess which one has precedence over the other?
Yep.
Plain and simple. It just doesn't add up and or make any
The
kind
train's moving at 100 miles an hour, making 3 stops every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I over Y equals 221.
Hey, Lawrence, here's your reminder, Lawrence. It's 6:12 and you haven't done a drop yet.
I don't plan to.
Okay.
No, I'm just playing. I'm playing, Paul. Hey, Ray, come back on, man, so we could do a drop. Good long-range plane could stay up in the air for 2 to 4 hours at 100 miles per hour cruising. Are you talking radio that's cooking your innards while you're flying it? Pretty much.
Nah, not really.
You have to wear a reflective cup.
Either that or kiss the kids goodbye.
That's it.
And for Matt says he never got that question.
Self-sterilization.
He says he never got that question in math. All right. It's 6:12. Sunday Nights with Those Guys is sponsored by
Those Guys.
And we appreciate it very much. Val would be quite proud of us.
Yeah.
And Paul.
Yeah.
I heard through the grapevine that you were instigating the pickle coming on Sunday Nights with Those Guys.
No, not me.
Paul? I didn't know.
No, I don't remember.
Doesn't
that.
sound like him.
But it was
there was some discussion about Herman enjoying the pickle.
Yeah, enjoying the pickle. Yeah.
Wow.
No, he does not
Just
enjoy
to let you
having the
know,
pickle around.
Just to let you know, we do not have animated characters on the panel.
not a
I mean,
character.
despite
It's damn
despite what
punishment.
you, despite what you guys call each other.
I guess I gotta leave then.
The grumpy old man.
Yeah, I hear you.
I don't know. Does he consider himself to be a pickle?
I don't know.
Animated.
The animated. That's how you guys do it.
Yeah.
Well,
That's the ticket. Yeah.
I've already seen a
Yeah,
pickle.
yeah,
I've already
that's-
seen.
that's
I've seen a
fine.
pickle.
Yeah.
I've seen a dog. I just can't no more. That's all. It's okay, but I tend to notice, and I will bring this up, but for some strange reason, people come to Sunday nights with those guys or Wednesday nights with those guys, and to laugh and have a good time, and then that's very much appreciated. But I know there's a lot of live streams out there that I would go into, and I couldn't get away with half the stuff people get away with here. So keep
mean
up
like
the
the
work.
pickle?
I'm proud of you.
You mean like the pickle?
Just
Yeah.
a minute. I'll call Miss Pickle.
I don't want that nowhere near around me.
I just want to ride my motorcycle. I don't want to play with no pickle.
I'm sorry. Herman sent me something.
Are we trying to get the Miss Pickle on? Is that what we're trying to do?
No.
I don't know why.
Sounds like pickle incoming.
Incoming pickle.
No, that's okay. We can go without.
Hello,
Clearview
Val, is
1x3
Pickle there?
XLR. That was crazy, Justin. 30 miles. 1.3 megahertz VTX will get you video for 30 miles. Why 1.3? Well, I just made a stupid question. Paul, stop it. Paul's instigating already.
No.
You know, they.
What does that say down there? Leave meeting.
Me either. I never get away with anything and blame me for other people's crap. Look, all I know is we need to wait and see what the NTSB is going to say about this incident. But all I can't help but think that everything that I've learned in school, I know a lot of it was a lie, but the science part I'd like to believe was half real. I did very good in science.
Well, it depends upon when you went to school. Were they teaching flat Earth then?
Boom.
I think that whole flat Earth thing is just something that was trumped up by a couple of weirdos out there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. That was just constructed. That story was actually brought up by someone who couldn't afford a boat to go to the edge to see.
Hey, Lawrence.
While you guys are talking, let me throw this in real quick. This is my latest animated video I'm working on.
The solar system.
Is that a photo of Herman when he fires it up from the rear end or what?
Me or Lawrence?
No, those are photographs from wall. So that's not a photograph. That's animation right there.
What was the photographs from?
There's some wallpaper, and then it's this piece of software called Planograph where you can animate a photo.
Yeah, I had saw that. I've seen a couple of software programs out there that people are using to make water look like a waterfall and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, that was just the first scenes that in this little video that I did. This is all 3D rendered stuff.
Okay.
I'm really interested in this kind of fits in our conversation, but I'm really interested in the Voyager 1 and 2 and what's happening with them right now. They are exiting our heliosphere right now and going into interstellar space at this particular point.
Well, according to some of the people out there, you could send your drone up there and see.
Yeah, no kidding. Those are the actual ultimate drones, long-range test.
Above and beyond drone says facts. Rotors produce an upward force or thrust equal to the helicopter's weight. Upward thrust must come from continually accelerating at a stagnant mass of air downwards. Understandable. It has to be enough air for it to have thrust.
Yep.
But my problem is I don't see a drone producing, unless it's a racing drone traveling faster than a helicopter and faster enough that the RPMs and thrust that helicopter is creating the prop wars cannot blow it under in a way, which once again, and I'm going to keep saying, it had to be something heavier than a 2-pound piece of plastic with a sensor board in it.
Not necessarily.
And if it was space junk, there would be burns. Also, if there was space junk, it would have came out the other side too.
It doesn't have to be something that's heavier.
If it was space junk, it would definitely have to come out the other side as well. It burn marks as well as passing straight through it. That I would believe. And also, if it was space junk, what are the odds of it going between the propellers and traveling down and back to the rear of the plane? That's
It looks like somebody was.
you can rule out space junk. I'm pretty sure.
And it was fired that gun, and that rifle missed and just went up in the air. And
well, I would think that since he told Justin that it might have been space junk from Elon Musk, maybe those reporters ought to go out and ask him about that. Say, hey, it's being reported that your space junk tried to take out a newscopter.
My problem is
I think NASA has more space junk up there than Elon Musk does.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you,
additional bad reporting.
Bad reporting was an understatement due to the fact that this guy didn't pull out a phone or anything.
Lawrence, give me a second. I'll be right back.
Yeah, not a problem. Go ahead.
Ooh, works.
We'll get Miss Pickle in here while you're gone.
Yeah.
That's nice picture. Looks like
what if you not to drag?
That was my battery last week that blew up.
Yeah, it was bad news.
What happened, Justin?
If you think about it, they said they didn't see anything until it passed.
After they heard the sound.
Yeah.
Now, if you're in a news helicopter, your vision of direction is either this way or that way.
Right.
Whatever you're doing. So someone had to see something.
Right.
Where's Rory?
Well,
banging his feet.
He's what?
That was him banging his feet on the floor. He's stomped.
He turned into a thumper for Christmas.
Oh yeah, he's mad. He's under the Christmas tree hiding. Oh,
eating the pine from the tree.
Man. It's birthday week.
Yep.
Whose birthday?
This week is Mr. Crowley's birthday.
What day, Mr. Crowley?
The whole week.
The whole week?
The whole week.
Okay.
I'm accepting gifts all week long.
What is the exact date of your birth?
It could be the 11th.
11th.
Oh man, it's getting cold here. It's getting really cold.
Hey, keep going. Keep going. A little more.
Well, what you got to do, you got to lean forward, Curtis, and blow on it and have it receive.
Right, and clear it up. Justin, what are you working on, man?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm back.
Well,
I should do that. I should reanimate it so that I blow on it and it clears up.
Yeah, Justin, you didn't. You haven't added much to your room other than you've changed the lighting. You're using the ceiling lighting tonight instead of your other lighting.
I was playing around with lighting because the lighting.
Yeah. Oh, you noticed, Paul.
Really bright.
Yeah.
See, Paul, and
He's always doing something. Yeah.
So he can't help it. I told you, every time you come on, you got to look at that studio.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got to look at your setup there. It's always something different.
There we go. Now I changed the lighting.
Yeah, there you go.
A little brighter.
But that white light doesn't really complement color very well.
Yeah, I was just playing around with stuff.
Oh, well, I have an LED here that I can turn this way. Hold on. Can I turn it this way? Hold on. But of course, I turn the camera with it.
So Nacho Roland says the guy was flying low. Said the guy was flying low, showing off, picking up drugs from a ship and hit the tail. The whole story is BS. I think he picked up drugs, didn't pay for them, and they shot at him.
I think they was
I think
up
they
there.
were hiding.
To be honest, I think they were up there smoking.
Yep, they were smoking.
I'm telling you, I honestly think they were up there smoking, and that's why the reporter, there's something hit the helicopter, and they were like, "Holy crap!" And someone dropped a blunt, and they said, "We got to land and find the blunt."
No, yeah, they dropped it and they were looking for it, and they dropped the camera out the window. That's exactly what happened. It's all smoking up.
I hope it's resolved quickly. Yes, happy birthday week, Mr. Crawley.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Happy birthday to you.
We can all sing it if you want us to.
No. We
Miss Pickle can come
we're
on and
not
sing
getting
it.
paid for that.
Nah, that's all right.
Well, we could all sing in unison the Mana Mana song.
No,
Mana
that's
Mana.
all right,
Da 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 da
Mana Mana.
da da da.
Paul just can't help himself.
Mana Mana.
Da 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 da
Paul goes to sleep singing that song.
This Mana Mana moment has been brought to you by those guys.
Those guys.
Those guys.
Well, all I can say is it's 6:24. The only real thing that there is out there in drone news, we spoke about it pretty much.
Crashing the Mavic Minis.
Well, there's also some rumors out there, maybe Curtis knows, that some of the guys are now getting their invoices for the Skydio 2 that they're going to be.
Yes, Billy
I do
Kyle
have a little
got
bit of news
his.
about Skydio.
Billy Kyle got his too.
I did talk to I finally made contact with the guys from Skydio, and they're limited on what they're gonna tell us, but one of the burning questions that is out there right now is, are they going to release overseas? Is it strictly a United States that they're going to release? And the plan is around December, once they've made sure that everything's working, they are going to be releasing to Europe, Australia, every place else. So it's going to go out to everybody, and they will increase production.
Well, let's just hope they can keep up with supply and demand. Because
I heard there was a problem. They stopped.
Once Autel launches that Evo 2, everyone's gonna drop that Skydio like pancakes.
Thank you, Hadley.
Seriously, they're gonna drop them like, or should I say, like hotcakes? Because I know someone who had the Skydio ordered, and just on seeing the specs of the 3 different cameras for the Evo 2, he canceled his order. Oh, and I wish, well, he's not even in the chat, but someone was
Lawrence,
telling me.
I told you that in privacy. You shouldn't share that.
My bad, Paul. But the Evo 2 is amazing with the 8K camera, the 6K camera, and the 4K at 120 frames. That would be the only camera I'd be interested in. You know, want to know why? Because they don't have 8K televisions yet. They don't have 6K televisions yet. And if you believe that crap that you see in the stores that they have 6K TVs, no.
I can tell you right now, the news guys at NBC, they record at 1080p.
This is what I'm saying. Your cable and your internet providers don't broadcast in 6K or 8K.
Yeah.
You will probably never see it because there's nothing that can play it yet.
The other bit of information I have about the Evo is the difficulties in using it in a 107 environment. Now AirData supports Autel, so now you can have all the digital backup data that you need saved for the FAA.
That's a good thing.
So that was a big boost for Autel right there.
107, yep.
Yeah, if you've got a 107 and you're wanting to use it commercially, that's a big boost for you.
Well, the fact that it's coming out with 3 cameras makes you think that they're thinking high end as well as low consumer end, upper high end consumer, because 4K at 120 I've been waiting for. I like 4K at 60. So can you imagine what you could do with 4K at 120?
Well, like everything else, don't get excited until it comes out, and then wait and see if it actually does it.
That's true. Evo was supposed to come out with an update to make their 1-inch sensor better, and they came out with the update a year and a half later, announcing it.
So let's just wait and see what they come up with. Let's not write everybody off just yet.
Well, I want them to come out with it so DJI can go in the closet, take the chains off the door, release the dragon, push them out of the side, and go, let's use that. to counter them. You know, I already know DJI. They're just sitting there twiddling their fingers like this. Come on, somebody come out with something we don't have already.
What I don't understand is Autel has been around longer than DJI has. Why did they fall behind?
Well, they promised everyone a 1-inch sensor camera, and they never came out with it.
Well, we're talking all the way back to the original orange.
The gray pumpkin, the X Star
I
Premium.
had the pumpkin too, but
and
they
even before that, you know, they never really kind of went after the market. They were as opposed to what DJI did.
Well, that was after DJI hit them in the head with a lawsuit for stealing their cookie cutter shape.
The thing is, Autel was doing it first, though.
True, but you can design a hat, all right? You can design all the hats you want, but if I go out and put a copyright on that hat, guess who controls it?
Yeah, I know.
You know,
above and beyond. Yeah, James, you got it right. Price will be equally amazing. You can't see 8K.
Well, honestly, who made the whole drone thing take off?
So when I started initially, when I
3DR Solo,
was it?
I mean, I didn't.
Was it really? What drone actually made the drone right now? To this day, a household name that people are talking about it. Nobody runs up to you. Is that a 3DR Solo? Nobody runs up to you and asks you that.
Right, that's true.
When I first was interested
is this
in drones,
Miss Pickle?
3DR Solo video.
How's Miss Pickle doing?
Because remember when DJI came out with the 1 and 2, they didn't really have no.
Okay, because
I can go back even further than that. When I very first started thinking about a drone, it was the original Phantom or it was Team Black Sheep's quad. And the only reason I didn't go with Team Black Sheep was because you had to assemble it.
Yeah.
Well,
Miss Lawrence.
All I can say is
I got Miss Pickle on the phone, Lawrence. What do you want?
She's busy at work. She's busy at work.
No, she's not. She says she's available.
She's busy at work.
We need Miss Pickle's opinion on this helicopter.
Just mute them, Lawrence.
Here we go. He's muted.
Vote him out. Throw him off the street.
He looks frozen.
Look,
Pickles we trust.
Everyone was saying, when is DJI going to come out with a racing drone? Well, they seem to have teamed up with iFlight, and they have a drone that's about $380, $400 out there that comes with the DJI. DJI comes in 3 modes, 3 versions: the DJI Air system with the camera and FPV and the bug goggles, and they have an FR Sky version and some other platform. But DJI is waiting to jump into the racing drone community, and they're slowly doing it by working with this company iFlight. iFlight built this one right here, the Sinwoops, and I'm going to tell you right now, they have drones that racing drones that have 4K cameras now. You know, that's becoming the norm. So you'll be able to fly FPV in 4K as well. And to be honest, if it has a 4K camera on it, I'll buy it any damn way.
Oh, that's
plain and simple.
To make you throw up watching all that flip. 4K.
Well, they're supposed to be designed for cruising.
How you doing?
They have the iFlight one that they have is designed for cruising up to about 2 to 3 miles away.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever the distance is, the true distance of the DJI Air, because I keep hearing discrepancies. Some guys say it could do 2 miles, some guys say it can do 3, but I've never seen one person do it. They always go out about a quarter of a mile and they turn back. So I don't know what's happening as far as that. Oh, I know that, Paul. That's why I wasn't worried about it. That's exactly why I wasn't worried.
Cool.
Yeah, well, she's talking maybe Wednesday night show with Herman. So I don't know. Also, Curtis.
Yes, sir.
Val said if you get a chance later to get a hold of her, she needs to talk to you.
You know, she says that about once a week.
Yeah. Well, she was very adamant on the phone. You got her phone number, don't you?
No, I don't have her number.
Stand by.
Oh, I didn't say I
Well-
wanted her number.
Curtis, were you able to bind that radio?
Nope.
Why?
Don't know. No, I got it bound, but it won't start up the drone.
It won't start. And have you assigned switches?
I don't think I've done that.
That's your next step. Once you have it bound, then you have to assign switches so that you have an arming switch and an acro switch. To hell with what everyone else says. Oh, program this, program that. You only need 2 freaking buttons programmed. The arming switch so that when your bird is armed, the props spin, and when it's not armed, they don't. And the acro mode. Honestly, I do not know how to set up that controller because I've never had one. I'm still old tech. I'm still using the QX7, but that might change in 2020. We will see.
I don't know. I'm doing pretty good on the sim. I can say that.
The sim builds your
Yeah.
confidence.
Watch the
The
wall.
sim does build your confidence. The
Well, I
only
got
thing,
way
the
out of
only
hand
thing you
there.
have to worry about is real life scenario. I put a lot of time on the simulator. That same simulator you have. In
Yep.
fact, that's one of my favorite maps. My problem is once you go to fly, your heart rate speeds up to double. In the simulator, you get a little excited, and if you crash, you can hit the R button and reset. But
Yeah.
once your bird is out there, that's why I highly suggest fly over the grass.
Oh no, I'm flying right through the trees.
Well, you're going to come to find out until you learn throttle control is much different from this. You can stay level here, but when you have the actual physics behind it, Mr. Crawley, you can agree with that, right? The actual physics gravity will constantly pull your drone towards the ground. So until you've developed that throttle control like you have here in the simulator.
Throttle control is huge part of it.
Yeah, because I personally am constantly, someone said, why don't you do a video with more tricks? And you know what I told them? Not until I learn more throttle control. Anyone can flip, anyone can go backwards, anyone can go forwards, anyone can do a split S and all of that, and
Did somebody say flip?
combining tricks. But the problem is staying smooth. You have to stay smooth. Go ahead, Curtis. Do exactly what you said. Flip, 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 flip.
Flip,
Try
flip,
it.
flip, 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 flip.
No, flip, spin, flip, flip, flip.
I don't
like
do
that.
flips.
It's not that easy.
I'm not even interested in
It
flips.
sounds easy when you say it. Flip, 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 flip.
30 seconds.
But it's not that easy.
It's easy to do.
And if you press the up arrow, Curtis, the arrow will raise the angle on your drone, which will give you a faster pitch, which will make you go faster. Right now, you need to press the up arrow a couple of times.
The up arrow?
The up arrow, yes. That changes the degree of your camera to about 30 degrees, and then you'll see you go a lot faster.
I think it's the drone because I can
thanks,
switch.
Hadley. You have a great week too, bro.
I've got it. I can do the. I think it's the drone and the way I have this
Hadley,
drone
be good,
set
man.
up. I got this one set up for smooth flying.
Well, you can get that by just lowering the angle of the camera.
Bye, Justin.
Anyway, 6:37. Not a whole lot more to talk about, but Val's life is coming on at 7.
At 7 o'clock.
Paul, you're slacking, man. You used to give us the schedules of these live streams. Now,
Yeah, well, it's gotten so sporadic now. The only people that, Roger's on 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. So
that one's easy.
That's kind of easy. Val is now, she's not on Monday.
Val's on the rest of the night.
I don't think she's on Sunday nights. I don't know. They're
Val's on the rest of the night.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
on at 7 and 11.
Yeah, she's on.
I think there's a 7 and 10 o'clock thing.
Puddles and Puddle Jumper at 11.
Puddles and Puddle Jumper.
Puddles and Puddle Jumper.
Yeah.
You're
They do that
funny,
one at 10
Paul.
o'clock.
You're funny, Paul. Puddles and Puddle
They put
Jumper.
the drone community right to sleep at 11, 12 o'clock in the morning.
Yep. And Curtis is on periodically throughout the week. You got to make sure that you have notifications on.
Well, not just that. You have to go through your friends list and see who you have, because I've had to resubscribe to everyone here.
Curtis.
I haven't done a live show in the longest time.
And
Okay, 'cause
Herman-
I don't get no notifications.
Herman has had to
Yeah.
resubscribe to Canadian
You
Drone.
saw that dude, that guy video?
Oh, X-Jet?
No, that guy Jay Vargas. You saw that new video he just put up in Freedom?
No. Where did he put it up at?
Boy,
Freedom?
Freedom. Yeah, go check it out.
Oh,
Bro.
Freedom. Well,
Oh man.
I'm gonna check it out. You know why? Because
Oh man.
he was in our group and he got a little upset because I kicked him out.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, he's on Instagram. He's one wheel drone.
Mm-hmm.
And he rides that one wheel hover thingy. With
I hope that's not him. Wow.
But Freedom
Yeah.
Drones
I always wanted
allows
to
that
try
kind of
this.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately,
yeah, I always wanted to do this.
I've always wanted to do this.
Everybody wanted to.
Everybody, hold on, guys. I'll stop it and I'll show you real quick. But
that's all I said. Like, you saw it, right, Jess?
I'm just trying to get the page up. Let me just stop it really quick and I'll share. But this is the mecca of the world. And if you fly drones, this is a bucket list, wet dream, best ever day you could ever have flying this joint right here.
And I ain't got the cojones to do it, but I did the Lancey Street.
You know where this is, right, guys?
You know what,
22nd
Lawrence?
Street.
Times Square.
We could take off from the DJI store and fly straight down.
But now stop, really quick. You guys, hold on. You see this avenue that's going straight up here on the right here?
Yep.
And you see the split to the left?
Yeah.
That goes uptown to 59th Street. I personally know 3 people. You know them, Ray. You know them, Herman.
Mm-hmm.
You know them too, Justin. They walked from 59th Street flying their drones down to 42nd Street. And they got pictures of they got pictures of what's the explosion? But anyway, they got pictures. They're up so high. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. That's maybe on my
Actually, he's headed downtown.
What happened?
He's actually headed downtown.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. So in the opposite direction.
Put a link in the chat so we can look at it later.
Well, all I can say is I only know 3 people personally that have done it, and I would like to say I would never, ever, ever do it unless it was under a 107 waiver.
You could do it with the what you call it.
You can do it with the Mavic Mini.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You got jokes?
Take off from in front you can take off from in front of the DJI store and go straight down there and turn around.
Come on, Lawrence. That Mavic Mini is killing it right now.
Yep, it is.
Killing it.
It's almost as good, Lawrence, as when you said you were never going to own a Mavic. You remember that back when that happened, Herman?
You know why I got a Mavic? You want to know why I got a Mavic? Because every now and then you just want to use something right there on the spot without putting propellers on and
Lawrence, I gotta go up. I gotta go up there
portability
this week. You wanna come? I'll take you over there and get the drone.
So we can get
Lawrence. Don't forget to put that link in the chat.
So we can get the footage, Herman?
over with.
Which link?
The one you displayed.
Oh, yes. That was just on. That was
Herman, pin Lawrence down on what day he's going to you with the DJI to pick up his new Mavic Mini. What day is
no,
that?
he's not talking about that. He's trying to get me to fly down freaking 42nd Street.
So I'm gonna take you over to the DJI store so you can pick up the Mini.
There you go.
You don't gotta get a fly
You
more.
want the Mini.
Check this out. My birthday's tomorrow. I'm not buying the Mini.
There you go.
Birthday's tomorrow?
You don't gotta
Yes,
get
sir.
a fly more combo.
Oh, dude, happy birthday week.
Happy birthday, Lawrence, and
Thank you.
happy flying with that new Mini.
Perfect
There
birthday
you go.
gift.
There's the link.
Lawrence.
If you're on Facebook, I don't know if you're in a group, but this guy, Joe Vargas, Jose Vargas, whatever his name is, I don't know if he's 107 or not. I would like to think with the way he flies in Manhattan. I'd like to think with the way he flies in Manhattan.
He's a
that
federal
he
agent.
is. Huh?
It could be a Mavic Mini too. You
He's
know.
a federal agent. He's trying to incite other people to do that dumb shit so they can get smacked around by the FAA.
You know
Hey,
what, Herman?
Hey,
I might believe that.
You
I
see,
might believe that because
now I understand how Lawrence can ignore us when we're talking about him going to the DJI store for his birthday, and he just gonna switch. He's like Mr. Switch.
He's hoping he wakes up in the morning and gets hit with the Mini.
Yeah.
No.
He keeps looking under the Christmas tree.
We didn't even put our tree up yet.
After scooping that crap out of the pipes, that somebody's going to give him a Mini as wife.
Yep. I better get a Mini this year.
No.
Start taping them up on the wall like that.
There are more pressing issues in the drone community than that. What's up, Easy Tracks?
You're not getting those though.
Easy. What's good, man?
Those are too expensive. You're not getting those.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm waiting for them to come out with something so I can get a Mavic 2 Pro. That's the only thing
Well, that's
right
the
now.
far reach. Here's the easy reach. You get the Mini for right now.
That would delay my plan. That would delay my plan. Seriously.
Just put the advertisements up on the wall. Just stick them up.
Yep.
Put one in the shower.
Yep.
Oh, you mean it's the sticky pads, the notepads
around the house,
all over the house?
Yeah, not all over the house.
I'm good, Easy.
On the
I'm good,
TV,
man. I see you guys were flying
the
over there by the
couch,
On the
Verrazano.
ceiling of the bedroom.
Yep.
I got to shut down for just 1 second. The wife just walked in the door.
Okay.
On
the
dashboard of the car.
Yeah, on her mirror, rear view mirror, and
steering wheel, the rear view mirror.
Yep. I love you.
Line the seat with it.
Yep. I love you. Looking for the Mini. Love you. Looking for the
Come
Mini.
buy the Mini. Come buy the Mini. You know you
know
want
what? Seriously, if
then if you don't get it, you just caught saving some of those turds and leaving those laying around now. You go clean out the trap.
Hey.
No Mini, no turd cleanup.
Hey.
Hey, Lawrence, just put the phone number here in the chat, and we'll make sure everybody talks to her.
No, that's okay. Hey, Paul, I'll be knocking on your door in Michigan with a bag talking about I got kicked out.
Notice he said your house because me and Justin already told him you can't come here.
Don't know.
see, yes, they're right. They're right. We can be homies all you want. Just don't knock on my door at night.
I got she put me up. Nah, this ain't the Odd Couple, bro. you stay right there.
Yep.
No. That definitely. I don't want that to happen. We're not going to let that happen. Okay. All I know is
I can see it now.
I see guys with the Mavic Mini. I see guys having fun. I've seen great pictures with it. I've seen some decent footage with it. It's just not my cup of tea.
And your boy Billy Kyle highly recommends it now.
Paul, can you see it now?
It's not my cup of tea.
Paul, can you see it now? His wife
Yeah,
knocking on my door.
Yeah.
And got Lawrence like this. Do you take him? Because he's got that Mini flying around the house. You take it. I push him in my door, and I'm like, oh, God.
Oh, stop, Herman.
Like, no, take him by Justin.
Justin, don't encourage them by laughing.
Take him by Justin. He's closer.
Yeah. Yeah. Justin accepts strays.
No,
Yeah.
Justin will show up for work tomorrow, and I'll be sitting there at his job with my suitcase.
That's
what'll happen. And all of my drone bags.
It's cold outside.
And Herman and Justin love you enough that Herman's going to take you to the DJI store personally.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay.
We could even film it, Lawrence.
Yeah.
Yeah, good content for the show.
Exactly. That'd make great content.
You walking in the DJI store, we can film you walking in, right?
Are you guys
Show
done?
you from the profile.
Are you done?
And I can get you from the back.
No.
And I can put the camera
You say
down
the
on the
profile
ground.
or the profile?
Same difference. And get your
Okay.
feet, your legs walking in. And then I'll go inside and catch you coming in. They get the 3 shots on the 4
Get
shots
some
all
nice
together.
nice B-roll stuff going on.
Go to the counter and say, I want me one of them minis.
And they'd probably say, as big as you are, you want that little thing.
Yep.
No.
They'll try
Because
to
I
sell
want to
it
fly
you.
right down in Times Square.
Yeah.
Just tell them that. They'll get it for you.
Well, the store is in Times Square, isn't it?
You know how you
It's
can get
a
the
little
mini?
up the street from there.
You know how you can get the mini? Ask them to take it outside in front of the store and let me see how it takes off outside. And as soon as he takes off with it, you put the throttle forward and send it downtown.
Or slip your SD card in there first.
Oh, yeah, right? No,
All right,
that's
gentlemen,
okay.
I'm heading out. It
Where
was
you
nice to see you.
Crowley.
Where you going?
I'm gonna go play with the wife.
Okay.
You still got that G string on?
Yep. No, I'm not wearing
She
anything.
still
now.
lets you play with her?
I'm not wearing anything
He
now.
took the slingshot off from the chest down.
Yeah, I'll show you. Check this out.
No,
No,
okay.
No, that's
All right,
okay.
whatever.
What's
Thanks
up,
for the
Jake
offer.
Lau? How are you, bro?
Anytime, man. Anytime.
Thank you, Mr. Crawley, for
We'll
not
see you,
ruining
Mr.
my
Crowley.
birthday like that.
John, you have a good evening, and don't do
Later,
anything
man.
I wouldn't do. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, but that leaves it pretty wide open for
Yeah, that's a big opening, Paul.
Don't want to see no little rabbits running around.
Phenomena.
Mana,
Phenomena.
mana. Later, Sean.
Good, guys.
What's up, LOS NYC?
Enjoy. Don't smoke crack.
Yeah. Don't sleep too close to the crack either, because you never know.
Listen.
What?
Listen.
Oh, wait, what happened? Don't sit close to the crack. I had you guys muted for a second when that stuff was going on. But what the crack? Don't listen. You go.
I don't know.
Who would you tell him don't
I'm
sleep too
leaving
close
it
to the
alone.
crack, Mr. Crowley?
Yeah, I'm leaving it alone, man. He's I can't no more with him. I really can't. I sent him a message on a picture that he posted in our Facebook group. Okay. 2 weeks ago. He just responded yesterday. I can't. I'm done. I'm really done.
Who? Sean?
Yeah.
Did he break a rule or something?
No, I was like, nice picture, complimenting a picture that he posted. And that was 2 weeks ago. He just responded yesterday.
You're saying he's not on social media very much.
Well, that I could see. Anyway, as I was saying, that video is right here at that link. If you're in Facebook and you're not a member of the group, I would suggest you join Freedom Drones, only because they show a lot of stuff in that group that we can't show here, and that
you shouldn't show.
If we shouldn't show, and all I can say is that's where the video is. All right. Basically, if you don't have a 107 license and you're flying in Manhattan and you're not getting paid to do it, don't do it. Cops in New York are waiting to tase you for spitting on the ground. Imagine what they would do if they caught you behind flying a drone in 42nd Street.
Nothing much.
I'm just saying, at first they pepper spray you, and then when you go to grab for your eyes, they say, he's got a gun, and then you're getting tased. That should be the smallest. And FYI, for those of you who don't know, the tasers that the police carry are much different from the standard tasers that are issued and you can buy online, okay? The tasers that they use have harpoons that open up. So if you try to rip it out, it rips out a hole of flesh in you.
How do they get it out of you?
Each time you get tased in New York, the EMS takes you to the hospital so they can surgically remove them. If you pull out the taser harpoon, it will leave a dime-sized hole in you, maybe 1/4 of an inch to a 1/2 inch thick, deep. You could probably take your finger and put it in the hole. FYI. So trust me when I tell you, you do not want to get tased by New York City cops.
But Lawrence, Herman and I and the rest of the fellas would like to know, how do you...
Paul's experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by.
We'd like to know how many times you've been tased.
What happened? I didn't hear a word you said.
We'd like to know how many times you've been tased to know that information.
I'm not even.
No, I don't. I see it. I live in New York. I see it. I've seen people in the hospital still laying on their bed twitching because because they keep their hand on. They do cut the wires, okay, when they put you in EMS. But I'm just letting you know, I've seen it a couple of times.
Well, I don't believe in shooting.
How would I know?
I just believe in these, you know.
See, those are the ones that you can get up on somebody real close and say,
Yep.
"How you doing?" You know.
Yep.
But the cop can hit you from 10 feet away.
Yep.
And what's funny is they can't shoot their guns for crap, but they know how to use a damn taser. Can you believe that?
I think
You
they're all
sort of shoot
gun
out this
shy,
week.
actually.
You sort of shoot out in California, right? That
Yep.
poor UPS driver was killed because these guys started shooting at the cops and they laced that UPS truck with bullets.
Same way they killed the police killed the two fellow officers out here in two different incidents.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then blamed it on the guy they were trying to arrest.
Yeah, they said because the guy that they were trying to arrest started shooting, that the other cops panicked and in the line of fire, 2 other cops got killed.
Listen, if I'm with you and you're tussling with another guy on the floor, I'm not going to use my gun to get the guy off of the floor with you. There's no need for that. I was trying to kill both of you.
Listen, they were all taught the chokehold. Okay, they know how to use that. So to shoot someone, to pull out your gun and shoot a guy because he's wrestling with a cop, I don't see that either. That's when you play dog pile on a rabbit. You've seen that.
Is that a new part that you printed?
Yeah.
That's for his that's for your Shenzhen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just printing away over there.
He's gonna have a nice ducted setup.
Well, the Shenzhen is better than this version here. iFlight came up with their own version, Sinwhoop, but Shenzhen are the original makers of that particular Sinwhoop drone. And when I say smooth, Paul, when you can hover like this perfectly still, that's smooth.
Wow. Yeah, for an FPV drone, that's
Yo, Lars, check out what I just sent you.
All right. You know what? We're gonna kill, guys. I have to show you this. We're gonna kill the copyright strike. Okay. This is gonna there won't be any commercials on this live stream. Okay, but Herman just sent me this. I'm gonna turn it up some so you can hear it. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna try and keep hold on. I'm gonna try and keep the mic close to it so you can hear it. But you see this, right?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Come outside, there's a fucking moose or a buffalo or some shit they're fighting. Where the fuck are you going? Holy shit! This is some fucking National Geographic shit. Mom, call the fucking cops for the ASPCA. There's animals.
Did you just say call the ACPCA?
I can't. I can't no more.
Put that link in the chat, will you?
It's a Facebook thing.
Call a park ranger, not an ACPCA.
I'll send it to you, Paul.
Okay.
I'll send it to you on Messenger.
All right.
I'm almost in tears.
That's hilarious.
You see how close he was, right? I'm almost in tears, man.
And he sure did have a New York accent too.
Yeah.
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like Michael Rappaport.
He does. All right, Paul, you got it.
Okay, thanks.
You got it, man.
Did you
that
see
was
that,
funny.
Curtis?
No, we lost power here for some reason.
He didn't see it. You got to show him again.
He didn't see it.
No, we lost power here. Everything went offline.
Hold on. Herman finds this stuff, and it's all right. Hold on. Let me blow up the window. Yeah, we already blew the copyright out the window. So this guy is recording this, and it's kind of funny if you listen to the commentary.
Ma! Ma, come outside. There's a fucking moose. Or a buffalo or some shit.
Or a buffalo.
Where the fuck are you going? Ma! Oh, shit.
Calling for his mom.
This is some fucking National Geographic shit. Ma, call a fucking cop for the ASPCA. There's animals fighting in the front lawn. Oh, shit.
The New York accent. Only someone in New York would
tell you that's who I think that is.
Oh,
Rappaport.
Yeah,
it sound
based on the source of where it came from. I think it was Michael Rappaport.
Hey, what's up, Mark? How are you? It's a good possibility. It does sound just.
Well, no, Michael Rappaport. He's friends with a few of the kids on and the coaches on the team because he came from Erasmus. So
okay,
he sends messages back and forth all the time. And I saw that. That's why I swear it had to be from him.
that was funny.
Anyway, it's 6:59. We're about to get out of here.
Yep,
We appreciate you all. We love you all. Wednesday nights
Val's
with
life
those
is on
guys.
next. Yep.
Wednesday nights with those guys will be on Wednesday, scheduled as usual. I don't know what we're going to do during the Christmas holiday, but we'll try and work something out. Val's life is about to come on in 1 minute.
Yeah,
I'm sure there'll be a couple of other live streams. We appreciate you all. Hit that like
One more
button
drop.
before you get out of here. No, I'm not doing any more.
Huh?
I'm just playing.
What the hell? What the hell? He's being a rebel.
Just the elf on the shelf hung himself.
Yeah.
See, and you guys worry about me. It's Herman you really got to keep an eye on.
Well, Herman will be by.
That's your boy.
Herman will be by in the morning to take you to DJI store.
I'm not going to DJI. You know what I'm going to do in the morning? I'm going to get up, eat breakfast, and go back to sleep. Listen, we appreciate you all. We love you all. Please come check out Herman's live stream on Wednesday. He's that close to becoming monetized. When I say that close, it's literally that close. Right? Then we got to start working on Justin and whoever else wants to.
I'm pretty much 100 away subscribers, so.
And then you still got to get into watch time.
Well, once I start live streaming, then the watch time will go up.
That's true. That's true. Thank you much, guys. We appreciate you all. And Sunday nights with those guys is sponsored by
those guys.
And we can start.